Alright guys, so we're about 3 rolls later now and we finally just hit something really good. That is the obverse of a very old Canadian coin right there. And we're going to flip this over in a second here to reveal the date. Let's go ahead and find out in 3, 2, 1. Hello everybody and welcome back to Coin Quest. Coin Quest, of course, is the series where I take $25 boxes of pennies like this one right here, go through the rolls in the boxes looking for interesting and valuable coins that we can use to fill in these collection books that I have right here. Throughout the hunt, I'll be referring to the Quin Coins coin roll hunting placemat, which I've designed specifically for hunting pennies. As you can see, we have all the different types of coins that we're looking for across the front side, and if we flip over to the back side, we have a rating system which we use to score these boxes against each other, as well as find out how rare different types of coins are that we find with the key date and low mintage ranges. Of course, if you want to pick up one of these placemats for yourself to aid you in your penny roll hunting, you can head on over to quinscoins.com and I will be posting links down in the description below. With that being said, let's go ahead and jump right into today's hunt. So guys, it's been about a month since I've hunted a box of pennies and I'm super excited to get into this one. Unfortunately, we don't have any enders in today's box, so I've just went ahead and picked 2 rolls at random and we're going to be going through these first 2 live. That's just something that I like to do to start off the box with a live opening here, and hopefully we're able to find something good out of these first 2 rolls. If not, then we'll just go ahead and keep hunting through it and see what else we can find. So just right off the bat here, I'm seeing a pretty nice looking 1960 Denver right there. It actually looks like it's going to be a small date as well. I am still hunting for the 1960 small date Philadelphia, but that is not going to cut it. So we will definitely take that one to the side, but it's not going to be going into the collection today. So just a few Canadians here. It looks like they're both 1989. We'll definitely pull those out to the side, but I don't believe that we need those in the collection either. Here we go, guys. We just got a 2009. This is the I believe birth and early childhood, and it's a Denver, so always good to see those Denvers on the 2009. This is one of the coins that you want to pull out if you do see it. As you can see actually on the placemat here, it does have a picture there. So alright guys, let's keep going here, see if we can get some more coins out of this one. I'm not seeing a whole lot there. That one's pretty damaged, but it looks like that's probably going to be the end of it for that roll. So we got about 4 good coins out of that roll right there, but nothing old yet. Hopefully we can get something in this one right here. So we have kind of an older ender right there, 1970. It's definitely going to be a copper coin, and it looks like this whole section over here looks pretty old. Looks like we might have some wheat pennies possibly in that section of the roll. So let's just kind of work our way towards it, and hopefully we can get something older here on this live opening. So we're working our way towards it now. I'm just seeing a bunch of memorials here. Looks like we got a 1970 Denver right there. I was hoping for a 1970S. That's something that I am currently looking for right now. I believe it's a small date that we still need. But okay, I guess we got through that section pretty quickly, guys. There wasn't a whole lot there. Just one more thing to remind you guys of, we are still looking for the 2019 Philadelphia. We just didn't get that yet, and I haven't seen one yet pop up in a roll. So hopefully we get that today, guys. But with that being said, let's go ahead and just get on to the next roll. Alright guys, so we are a few rolls later now. Haven't really found anything in the last 3 rolls. Haven't found a wheat penny or anything like that. But we did finally get our first old coin here, and it came out in the form of actually a Canadian coin. So as you can see here, this one is going to be a 1962, and if we flip this over to the back side, we're going to reveal a young Queen Elizabeth right there. And these coins were minted from 1953 up through 1964, and we keep all of those that we find. In addition, just pretty much every Canadian coin that we find, but these ones are a little bit extra special. And I think that we may have some more stuff in this roll, so we're just going to keep going here. And actually, look at that, guys. I was looking at this coin, I had my eye on it, and it turns out it's going to be a 1936. Those pre-1940s wheat pennies are always difficult to find, and we were actually just able to get one right there. Unfortunately, it doesn't have a mint mark on it, and it would be a lot better if it did. But this one is looking really nice, and like I said, they're difficult to find, so very happy to have that coin. Let's just go through the rest of this roll just to see if there's anything else here. It doesn't look like there's going to be, so we're going to go ahead and get on to the next roll. Alright, sorry about that last clip there, guys. My roommates were making a little bit of noise in the background, but that's okay. We just got into the very next roll, and it turns out that we actually have another wheat penny right here. As you can see, it was only the second coin into the roll, and I think we may have more than that even. I guess it's kind of hard to tell from here, but we'll find out in just a sec. First of all, let's go ahead and reveal the date on that coin, and it actually looks like it might have some sort of a streak up in the upper left hand corner of that coin. Super weird looking at that, but let's go ahead and reveal the date here in 3, 2, 1. 1955 Denver. So guys, as you may or may not know, these wheat pennies went from 1909 up through 1959. So this is one of the younger ones to find. Pretty cool to see a 1955 Denver though, especially on the very next roll. So let's go ahead and get into the rest of this and see if we're going to be able to get another one out of this roll to make it a 2 wheat penny roll. But I guess it's not really looking too good at this point. We're already about halfway through. That cone looks pretty gross right there. But anyways, guys, I did look at that 1936 and check the collection out. It looks like we don't need that one in the collection, so we'll just go ahead and get into the next roll, and hopefully we can find something that we actually need for the collection. So we're about 4 rolls later now. Haven't found anything in those last 4 except for this 2009 Professional Life right here. This was the 3rd one in the series, and this one happens to be a Philadelphia, so we'll definitely take that. Always pulling those out. But in this roll, we did just get about maybe 7 or 8 coins in here. Got another young head, and this one is showing the obverse, so we don't have the date on it yet. Let's go ahead and flip it over and find out what we have in 3, 2, 1. All right, so 1963, guys, that is okay, I guess. You typically want to find those pre-60s, but I'll definitely take a 63 over a 64, which is typically what will come up when you find one of those. All right, so let's get into the rest of this roll, guys, see if we're going to be able to find anything else here. But getting through it pretty quickly here. Oh, look at that. I was just going to say we might be out of luck on this one, but it looks like we were able to pull another wheat penny out right there. So let's go ahead and flip this one over and see what we have on a date for it. In 3, 2, 1. 1953 Denver. All right, so that is probably one of the more common ones right there, but I'll definitely take it, put it to the growing pile there, and let's get into the rest of these rolls and see what else we can get. All right, so it's been something crazy like 15 rolls since I've turned on the camera. I haven't really been able to find anything worth filming. I did find a couple of interesting coins, of course, coins that we've already found in the box. 62 young head, 63 young head, and then another one of those 2009s. And of course, we don't really have much worthy of filming at the moment. We do have a young head with the obverse showing, so we may have 1950s here. Hopefully that's what we do have, but given the trend of this box, I kind of doubt it. Let's go ahead and find out what it is together, guys. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so it's our first 1964 on the box. I think we got a couple of 62s, a couple of 63s, and now a 1964. But that was at the end of this roll, guys, so we'll go ahead and get on to the next one, and hopefully we start having some better luck here. All right, guys, so we're about 3 rolls later now, and we finally just hit something really good. As a matter of fact, this is one of my favorite coins to find right here. I'll pull this back right here so you can see it, and that is the obverse of a very old Canadian coin right there. We will get over to flipping that one over in a second, guys. Like I said, that is one of my absolute favorite coins to find, and they're very difficult to find, especially if you don't live on the sort of the northern side of the United States, because like I said, it's a Canadian coin, and you don't find a whole lot of that unless you're pretty close to Canada like I am. All right, so here's a closer look at that older Canadian coin. As you can see, it is a King George VI, and these were minted from 1937 up through 1952. So a pretty short mintage range, but definitely a very cool coin to find. And we're going to flip this over in a second here to reveal the date. Hopefully it's going to be one that's going into our collection. Let's go ahead and find out in 3, 2, 1. 1942, so that's definitely on the older end of those coins. Now we're going to go ahead and check the collection here just to see if we need it. I already have it open to that page so that we can check. And here is our Canadian collection. As you can see, it's pretty empty up there into the 20s and 30s. But it looks like 1942 is already filled into the collection, so unfortunately that one is not going to go in. I will get back to you guys in just a second with the official mintage number on that coin when I look it up in my Canadian. Okay, so it turns out 1942, not incredibly rare. It comes in at about 76 million, and that's probably explains why we already had it in the collection, even though these are pretty difficult to find. I find about one of them per box. Maybe I average a little over one per box, but I'm always happy to see them because, you know, sometimes we don't have any. Sometimes I get 2 or 3 in a box, so it's definitely a fun coin to find. Let me know down in the comments below if you're finding these coins as well, and also where you're finding them in the United States, because one thing that a lot of people don't realize about the Canadian pennies is that they actually have stopped making them. They haven't been making them since 2012, and they're not even in use in Canada right now. So pretty much the only place that you're going to find these in plentiful amounts, at least, is in the United States in sort of those northern areas of the United States. So very cool to find that one, guys. Let's go ahead and keep going. I think we have about 15 more rolls to go, and let's see what else we can find. All right, so at about 10 rolls left in the box, we finally got our, it looks like, 4th wheat penny here. This has definitely not been a good one for wheats. But we did finally get one there, and it came out reverse side up. So let's go ahead and find out what the date is going to be on that one in 3, 2, 1. All right, so we got a 1946. I will take it. Once again, not a very rare one to find. It's actually pretty common, but I'll definitely take that one and see what else we have in this roll. I did find one other thing in this roll that I considered filming, but I definitely had to turn the camera on once we got that wheat penny, and it's actually just going to be another young head. This one's in pretty rough shape though, and it turns out that the date on that one is just going to be another 1962. So we'll add that to the pile. We actually have a lot more older Canadian coins in this particular box than wheat pennies so far, so kind of interesting. But like I said, guys, we've got about 10 more rolls to go. Let's go ahead and see what else we're going to find. All right, so I just kept the camera rolling. Now we are into the very next roll at this point, and this was the first thing I saw right here. A nice older Canadian coin. It didn't quite make it back into that King George VI era, but this one is a 1960. It's a little bit harder to find than the later 60s, or the 61, 62, up through 64. We have another young head here, and it's in actually pretty decent shape, especially compared to that last one that we found. So we'll take that. It looks like we have a few more Canadian coins in this roll as well. That one's going to be a 1965. It just missed the young head era there. And I think we may have a few more coins in here. Let's just go ahead and take a look real quick. There's another 65. Actually, I almost missed this one right here, and it was just staring me right in the face too. You guys probably noticed it. We have a formative years, 2009 right there, and that is a Philadelphia. And we also have another one right here, which is going to be the professional life. And that one's in a little bit rougher shape, and that one also has a Philadelphia. So there's a 65 once again. We'll pull that to the side and see if we have anything else in these last few coins remaining here. But it doesn't look like it, guys. So we'll get on to the next roll, and hopefully we're going to be able to find something else before the end of this box. Okay, so once again, guys, just kept the camera rolling, got it in the next roll, and it turns out that this one is also going to be worth filming. If you look right here, this coin actually looked super slick. I was thinking it was going to be a 20s, and I actually thought that I saw a 2 on there for a second. But it is not going to be a 20s. It is actually going to be a 1944. And if you look there down below the date, we actually have an S mint mark, which stands for San Francisco. So very cool to finally be finding kind of an interesting wheat penny here. Of course, the 36 was interesting as well, but it would have been a lot more interesting if it had an S mint mark like this one does. So like I said, guys, this one is in kind of rough shape. You can see it's pretty fairly worn down, especially, you know, if I was looking at that backside there, I would definitely think this was a 20s or 30s coin. But it's just a very well worn down 1944 S. Love seeing that S mint mark come out though, so I will put that one to the side, and hopefully we have another one in here. We've been having a nice little string of luck here right at the end of the box, so I'm very happy about that. That's a really nice shiny 1974 Denver, so I will pull that one out as well. And then let's see if we have anything else in this last half of the roll. Looks like we got a Canadian right there, and I think that's about it. So let's see what the date is going to be on this one, and then we'll get into the next one, guys. 1979. So I know I'm probably going to jinx it right now, and I guess I'm okay with that because we have one more roll here on the table. I got a few more left in the box. Let's go ahead and open one live since we've been having a nice string of luck here, and hopefully we're able to get something out of this little live opening, but I don't know. I guess we'll just have to find out. So just kind of go through it quickly right here. We got a Canadian right there, so we'll pull that one to the side. And wow, that's a really beat up penny right there. You can't even probably make the date out on that one, 2000 something. But I don't know. We'll see if we have anything else in here. Seeing some nice copper, but not really seeing any older coins, unfortunately. Oh man, I thought that was a 1918 for a second. That 7 was kind of looking like a 1. But I think that's about it for that roll, guys. Let's just real quickly take a look at this Canadian coin and see what we have for a date there. 1989. All right, I think that's how we started the box. So like I said, guys, we got about 5 more rolls to go. I'll get into the next one and let you know if I find something good. All right, so we're in the second to last roll now, and we already have a very good start to this roll. Starting off here with the second coin in, we actually have a 1964 young head with possibly a little bit of luster left on that coin. As you can see there, it shines in the light a bit. That's pretty nice, guys. We'll definitely be taking that one. And then right here, if we move in just a little bit, first of all, we have quite a few copper coins here, which is a good sign. And then right here is a 1957. This one does end up in that wheat penny range. So you can see that's actually in pretty nice shape for a wheat penny as well. Very cool to find that one. That's our 6th on the box so far. So hopefully we can get some more here in this last roll. I'm seeing some good copper, and it looks like a Canadian coin right there. So hopefully we get something else here in this roll. Let's just kind of go through it slowly here. And okay, so we just passed through that copper section there. It looks like most of them, well, all of them were just memorial pennies, unfortunately, so no wheat pennies in that range. Here's that Canadian coin that we referred to a little bit earlier, 1975. Also has quite a bit of luster left on it, so that's kind of a nice coin to pull out. And with that being said, I think that's about the end of that roll. So we just have one roll left here. I'll show it to the camera. And I figure since this is the last one and we already have the camera on, why not just go ahead and open it live and see if we can get lucky on this very last roll. I would love to pull out another KG6. That's, like I said, one of my absolute favorites. Wow, that's a really weird looking one right there, guys. Look at that. Really messed up. Looks like it's been run over for sure. Wow, that's actually kind of cool looking, so I'll pull that one to the side. What the heck? Yeah, let's just get through the rest of this roll here and see if we're going to find anything else. This one doesn't look as copper as the last one did, so I don't have too high hopes for it, but you never know on the last roll. Sometimes it will surprise you. But it looks like in this case it does not. So guys, that is the end of this hunt. Why don't we go ahead and jump into the wrap up and tally up our points and see what we're able to find on this box. Alright, so welcome to the wrap up of today's hunt. This is going to be kind of like a quick and dirty summary of what we're able to find in today's box of pennies. Starting up here with the wheat cents from the 1940s and 50s. These are kind of the easier ones to find. We were able to get 5 of those, and they come in at 5 points apiece. Probably the best one there was the 1944 S, just because of that S mint mark. Now moving down to the 10s, 20s, and 30s wheats, coming in at 10 points apiece. The first one that we found, actually, surprisingly, was a 1936 wheat penny, and that one's going to count for us for 10 points. Now, as far as this middle section here goes, we were not able to get any of the coins in it, unfortunately. I've actually never found a 1943 steel cent, and I'm still searching for it to this day. But we did get quite a few 2009s coming in at 1 point apiece. We were able to get 1, 2, 3, 4 birth and early childhoods. We got 1 400 of the years right there, and then right here we got 3 professional life and 0 presidency. So that's going to be a total of 8 points for us there. Now coming down to the Canadian score sheet here, we got a whole bunch of young heads, as you guys saw. We got 60, 62, 63, and 64. We're just missing that 61 to round out the 60s. And then of course probably the coolest find out of today's box, at least in my opinion, was that King George VI. Which comes in for us at 10 points, and that's the 1942. Just to give you a quick look at the other side of that coin once again. Very cool coin to find, guys. And then totaling it all up, we were able to get a total score of 93 points on this box, which I always say if you get 100 points, that's a pretty good box. So this one was close. It didn't quite make it. I'd say this was about average, though. But overall, guys, I really enjoyed today's hunt. Had a lot of fun. Hopefully you did too, and hopefully you learned a little bit of something from my bantering back and forth with myself over these different types of coins today. Also, guys, real quickly here at the end of the video, I just wanted to give a big shout out to Coins for Amateurs, CFA. He recently just passed 10,000 subscribers. If he hasn't yet, I'm gonna look kind of silly, but I'm pretty sure he's gonna make it by the time this video goes up. So definitely, guys, if you haven't already subscribed, make sure to subscribe to Coins for Amateurs. Sometimes we do streams. I'm hoping to do one soon. Definitely let me know down in the comments below if that's something that you'd be interested in seeing. Basically, Chad from CFA is just a super awesome guy, and he knows a lot more about coins than I do. So if you want to dig deeper into some of these coins that you're finding, if you're interested in errors or anything like that, you're definitely going to want to check out his channel if you haven't already. I'll definitely make sure to link that down in the description below and put it up here at the end of the video. So to Chad and the CFA clan over there at Coins for Amateurs, huge congrats on your first 10K subscribers. That is super cool. Here's to the next 10K. But with that being said, that is going to pretty much do it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to go down below and leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're new, because I post new videos like this every single week. Always bring you along with the hunts and having a good time. And as always, I'm Quinn, and this is Quin Coins signing out, and I will see you in the next one.